Tây Ban Nha đã có những màn trình diễn ấn tượng tại mùa World Cup 2022 dưới thời của huấn luyện viên Luis Enrique. Và cho dù là họ có thất bại trước Nhật Bản trong lượt trận cuối cùng, thì chúng ta vẫn không thể phủ nhận rằng họ vẫn là ứng cử viên hàng đầu cho chức vô địch. Và ngày hôm nay, Zing sẽ có một buổi trò chuyện cùng với huấn luyện viên người Tây Ban Nha. Ông là Salvador Valero Garcia, người đã từng dẫn dắt đội tuyển U19 Thái Lan giành vị trí Á quân tại U23 Đông Nam Á năm 2022.
Hello, Vietnamese football fans. My name is Salvador Valero Garcia. I'm coach. I've been working with Thailand national team for the past 5 years and a half. And I'm very pleased to join this interview with Dùng News from Vietnam to try to give you my knowledge and to share some ideas with the Vietnamese fans.
Xin chào, tôi là Khánh Uyên và đây là podcast của Zing từ World Cup 2022. Hello, Mr. Garcia. Thank you for joining our interview today. And firstly, can you analyze the strength of Spain after 3 matches of World Cup 2022?
Yes, I had the chance to go to Doha. Last week I was there. I was analyzing from the stadium, from Doha, live the game Spain against Germany. And I also watched on the TV the 2 games that we played against Costa Rica and Japan. What I can identify is that we have very good players, especially in the midfielders. We have Pedri and Gavi, who are very young, but very talented as well. And also we have Busquets, who has experience and is like the perfect trio for the 3 midfielders. Also, we have a strong defense. Now with Rodri, the player from City, who plays normally as a midfielder, Enrique is playing him as a centre-back. With Laporte, I think the game against Costa Rica shown that the back 4 was very strong. In the last game against Japan, we changed 3 of them. So we only kept Rodri. That's why we had some problems in the second half, in the beginning of the second half. But I think the strength of the team is the teamwork, and the style of play that we have is very clear.
So, as you said, Spain has a balance between the youth of Gavi, Pedri and the experience of the Busquets, Rodri. And 3 lines, defender, midfielder, or striker are also play well. So, what are Spain's chances of winning the trophy?
Yeah, I think we have real chances because I've been analyzing all the teams. I watch all the teams, and I think we are top 5, let's say. The only thing that we think we lack of is a very good striker. Morata is a good player, but he's not top. If you compare us to Brazil, Argentina, to France, they have better strikers than us.
Yes, it is obvious that Spain is very strong, and no one can believe that they lost to Japan in the last round. So, do you think that Spain did not play with 100% ability to avoid Brazil in the quarterfinal?
No, I think that was not the target. We knew that we are almost in the next round, so that's why Luis Enrique rotated many players. One of the reasons why we conceded the goals is because we rotated 3 defenders. I think that made a big impact in our team.
Yes, and in World Cup 2010, Spain became the champion, and at that moment, Vicente de Busquets built Spain based on some key players from Barca. So Enrique is doing the same thing. Is it the key point for winning the World Cup?
Yes, I think this makes the thing easier. But you need to have a team like Enrique has now, and in 2010 we had, that is Barca, that is playing good football, that they have a very clear playing style. So I think it's a good chance for us now to pick many players from Barcelona to play together and to be the core of the team. I think that's a success because as a national team, I know myself, I've been coaching the national team. You don't have time to train. So it's better to use what the clubs do, take that to the national team and try to play it similar.
Can you tell me more about the differences between the player style of Spain under Del Bosque and Enrique?
Del Bosque, he played a different formation. He played 4-2-3-1, and the players were not the same. That time we had very good players in the peak of their careers. Now we have players who are very, very young, but very young, they don't have experience. So I think the playing style is quite similar, but because of the players in that period, they were very, very experienced and they were at the peak, like Villa, like Iniesta, like Silva. That team could have more control of the games. With this Spain that we see, even though Luis Enrique wants to have control of the game and possession, sometimes we cannot keep the control for the 90 minutes, like happened against Germany in the second half, that we lost the control, and against Japan. So I think we need to focus about that, try to keep the control of the game, don't lose the momentum. If we are stable, we will be similar to the 2010.
So in your opinion, is Spain the best team in World Cup 2022?
I think we are not the best, but we are the top 3 or top 4. Yeah. I think we can win anyone, but also we can lose against Switzerland, for example, that will be tough, against Morocco. I think we need to be aware, because these teams that maybe are a little bit the underdogs will be difficult. They will prepare a game plan very defensive and try to play counter-attack. So we will have problems for sure against Morocco, against the teams that we'll face will be very, very difficult. But I think we have chances.
So in the past, some people like to compare the Gavi Pedri with Xavi Hernandez. So what do you think about this? How differences between them?
Yeah, they are not the same kind of players. Pedri is true that he's very similar to Xavi and Iniesta, but Gavi is a different style of midfielder. He's more a box-to-box, he's more dynamic, very aggressive, he likes to run. He's not so much positional. Xavi and Iniesta, he's more like a runner. So he's more like an English style or Premier League style. But Pedri, he's the same style. But I think in a team, you need both. So I think it's good that, of course, if you have Xavi, Iniesta, you're very lucky. But in this case, that we have Pedri, that is more like a playmaker, a number 8 that controls the game. And Gavi, to have him as a box-to-box, I think is a good balance.
The fact is, Gavi and Pedri are both highly rated in the midfield. So who is the key player of Spain now?
I think we don't have a key player. We have the team. The team that with the teamwork, with playing together as a team, being very, very disciplined when we defend. This is the strength of the team. We don't have a key player. Yeah. I think Gavi is a good player. I know him since he was 12 or 13 years old, because he was playing in La Masia and I played against him when I was coaching Spain. And I know him, he has very big talent. Yeah. But I think for now, because he's very young, he's 18 only, we cannot say that he's the key player of the team.
You said that Spain's squad is balanced without a single key player. So can you point out who is the impressive players?
For me, I think the big surprise that this World Cup Spain made is to use Rodri as a centre-back, because we didn't have a strong centre-back to be with Laporte. We had a weakness there, and now Rodri fixed the problem. He's playing very well. Yeah. And also the big surprise is Olmo. Olmo is playing every match. He's playing in a good level. So I hope he keeps this level for the knockout stage.
But we can see that Spain don't have a good classic number 9. Luis Enrique likes to use the foul 9. So what are the strengths and the weaknesses of this tactic?
Yeah, I think we saw it very clearly in the last game against Japan. When Japan was defending very deep, we didn't have a player in the box. So this is what all the media in Spain is complaining to Luis Enrique, not to bring in a real 9, because we have some classic number 9s in Spain that he didn't pick. But I think personally I agree with his decision, because his playing style is to have a number 9 that is a false 9, like Messi used to be, like Benzema, a player who can come to receive the ball between the lines and can link up the play. He doesn't like the classic number 9 that only stay in the box. So that's why he didn't pick any of them.
Many surprises will appear in the World Cup 2022, but in my opinion, I think that big teams also show their strength. According to you, which team is the most difficulty for Spain?
I think between France, Portugal, and Brazil, these 3.
So you did not mention Argentina while Messi was showing good form. And many people also expect that Messi to win the World Cup, to have a perfect career. So do you want to see the final between Spain and Argentina?
Hopefully that would be a dream, because I'm a big fan of Messi since I was a kid. I've been following him since he played his first match in the Camp Nou. I was there. And I remember that goal that he made against Albacete when he was 16 years old. I remember him. I'm from the same generation, so we grew up together, and I know I love him. So in case we go to the final, I will be happy for both sides. If we win, Spain wins, I will be happy because I'm Spanish. But if Messi wins, I will be happy for Messi.
To become the champion, Spain must win matches, and the first opponent is Morocco at round of 16. Can you make a guess? Can you predict the score? It seemed not an easy opponent.
I think will be a very tight result. I think will be 1-0.
So now let's talk a little bit about Asian football. Korea, Japan, and Australia played well and qualified to the round of 16. So do you think that the following World Cups, Asian representative will appear more? So what about the two top teams in Southeast Asia, Vietnam and Thailand? Can the two teams attend the 2030 World Cup?
Well, first we have to target the 2026, no 2030. 2026 we still can qualify both of them. I think will be easier because we have more quota in Asia. We will have from 4.5 to 8, if I'm not wrong. So we have 8 teams in Asia, and I think both of the teams we have real chances.
What do Vietnam and Thailand need to improve to make the dream of the World Cup happen?
Well, I think what we need to improve is not the short term, it's the long term. So I think the two countries need to focus on having a strong youth league and to develop the young players better. I think the difference between Europe and our nations is that the young players here, they don't have good competition. I mean, for club level. So I think that creates a situation that is very hard to qualify to the World Cup like this, because the players, when they reach 22 or 23 years old, they lack of experience and competition.
So you have faced many young Vietnamese team. What is your impression about them?
No, Vietnamese players are very, very talented. I really like their attitude. I know personally most of them because I played against under 23, against under 21, and against under 19. So I know them. I like their attitude, their talent, and I'm sure the future of Vietnam national team is very bright.
In 2022, your team was defeated many times by Vietnam, and Thai youth football also does not have a good result. Does Thailand's youth training have problems?
I think the main issue is that we don't have a youth league for 4 years already. It's very difficult because my players, when I was the coach under 20, most of them, they didn't have matches in that year. They are in the T2 or T1, but they are subs. They never play. So it's very hard for them to come to the training camp 4 or 5 days and be ready to compete in a match. I think that's what the country needs to improve.
So this is also the last question for you. And one more time, I would like to thank you for taking your time. Goodbye.